Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch.
Indict, verb, indictment, indictable, indictee, indicter, indicting, indicted, indicts. To accuse of a crime through a formal legal process, typically after a grand jury reviews evidence. To publicly accuse or criticize severely. Figurative extension, less common. The grand jury voted unanimously to indict a senator for conspiracy and wire fraud. A single piece of circumstantial evidence rarely suffices to indict a defendant. The prosecutor must present a compelling case. To indict is not to convict. The accused remains innocent until proven guilty at trial. The investigative journalist's expose sought to indict the entire industry for its environmental negligence. Indictment. The indictment included 12 counts of embezzlement, each stemming from a separate transaction. The crumbling infrastructure was a damning indictment of decades of political inaction. Indictable. In many jurisdictions, armed robbery is an indictable offense, meaning it can be tried only in a superior court. The whistleblower was assured that his actions were not indictable under the new whistleblower protection laws. Indictee. The indictee waived his right to a speedy trial to allow his legal team more time to prepare. Each indictee received a copy of the sealed indictment simultaneously at dawn. Indicter. As the chief indicter, the district attorney bore the responsibility of presenting evidence before the grand jury. The role of the indicter in this system is to initiate formal charges, not to determine guilt. Indicting. By indicting the CEO personally, the prosecution signaled that corporate crime would not be tolerated. The committee's final report was devastating, indicting the leadership for a systematic failure of oversight. Indicted. The former treasurer was indicted on 3 separate occasions, but never convicted. An indicted official may still hold office, as an indictment is merely an accusation. Indicts. The Constitution indicts a government that violates the fundamental rights of its citizens. A grand jury typically indicts only when it finds probable cause to believe a crime has been committed. Likely question formats. Synonym selection. Indict versus charge, accuse, prosecute, implicate. Sentence completion. Look for legal context. Grand jury, criminal, offense, charges. Analogies. Indict is to accusation as convict is to verdict. Common confusables. Indict versus indict. Indict means to charge with a crime. Indict means to write or compose. A rare but memorable homophone trap for SAT or GRE. Indict versus convict. Indict means formally charge before trial. Convict means find guilty after trial. Crucial legal distinction. Indict versus incite. Incite means to stir up or provoke. Similar spelling but unrelated meaning. Idioms or proverbs relevant to these tests. No standard idioms, however. Common collocations include indict on charges of, indict for conspiracy, and indictment of system or policy.